So just bear with me.
Did you hear what we've just said there? We can hear your chickens.
Certainly did, mate. Yeah, so we are live on YouTube.
You can hear us.
Yeah, we can hear you. So basically, we're live on YouTube. Leave your comments if you want. It's just a bit of an impromptu sort of test run again after last Saturday's complete and utter failure. There is a video a little bit further down. I think it's the one underneath this that's basically it's me explaining about club and why I decided to delete the other two live stream videos, and that was basically because the echo that we kept getting back, the reverb through the microphones and one thing and another, it was just absolutely too much to bear. So what we've done is me, Housey, Rowan and Jean, we've decided to just drop on tonight, just to have another little test. So on StreamYard, I mean, I don't know if you're familiar, and obviously these lads don't know if you're familiar, but you do get different settings for your cameras and your mics and one thing and another. So basically what we've done is we've taken this opportunity just to drop on, and I've opened my settings up, and so has Roo, and so has Dave. And we're basically saying, right, what box have you got ticked? What box have you got unticked? Da-di-da-di-da. And we're trying to get past this echoing that we have, because at the end of the day, like I said on the other video, we're not professionals, but we want to try and deliver the absolute best live stream that we can, don't we, lads, end of the day?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but it's 100% better than it was on Saturday night. I mean, it just got so better. It got so garbled. It become you couldn't understand the word, could you, Jay?
No.
Couldn't understand the word. It was. Yeah, that's it. Nail on headed, that, Dave. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that again, Dave.
It was so frustrating to listen to. You know,
it was, mate. Obviously, the weirdest thing.
The way on there and listening to it, you couldn't listen to it all the way through, even if you wanted to. No.
The weirdest thing from my point of view, and I don't know if it's because I'm hosting the live stream, I got zero feedback, none whatsoever. So I could hear everybody on the stream as clear as a bell, but every time I talked and then you guys talked, it was like wow, 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 and it was just too much, wasn't it?
Yeah, it just got unbearable at the end.
Yeah. So but Plastic Monkeys dropped on.
Though, Mark, can I just say, it's just weird how it all happened, because
I know, mate.
First couple that we had, you know,
it never happened, did it? Who's beeping? No. Is it me?
No, that was me. That was our gate with that. It's okay.
All right, okay. So Plastic Monkey, Paul's dropped on just to sort of like as a bit of an impromptu. There's 5 people watching. I'm going to say thanks for tuning in. It's just a little impromptu thing that we need to try to get right for the audience of the people that watch our Sesco live streams. We had Hiya Bob from Illinois. Greetings from Illinois. We did have a little bit of trouble on Saturday night with feedback and reverb, and it was absolutely killing what we were doing. And it weren't fair to us, and it certainly wasn't fair to the people that were watching. People watching, don't they?
Yeah. Hello, everybody. By the way, nice to get somebody from over the pond. Yeah, it got to the stage where you couldn't have a conversation with anybody, and it just got really tiresome. But we've got it sorted, but sound of it, lads. So looking forward to Saturday night.
It was nice. We had a little bit of a laugh and a joke about it though as well, because the only time it didn't echo is when Mark went on mute.
Yeah. And that's something that very, very rarely happens. So, I've known that guy now many years, and I tell you what, I've never known him lost for words.
Yeah.
Never.
All we need now is a button.
Yeah.
All we need now is a button.
Yeah.
We'll get one tattooed on your head, mate.
Yeah, just press it. Yeah.
Just put a little comment up there from so it's funny, you know, because I mean, obviously from a personal point of view, and I know that you guys are completely different from me, it's really weird, and I think a lot of, not the majority, but I think a lot of modelers are the same in that I don't watch TV at all. So for me to be stimulated, and watch something, 99% of my viewing thing is YouTube. It is.
Yeah.
And especially with the sort of advent, if you will, of live streams, in that it's unrehearsed, you make mistakes, things can go off track, but I think a lot of modelers identify with it, Andy. What would you say?
Yeah, I do tend to watch TV entertainment when I finish work, but every now and again I'll have a right good session on YouTube, and especially if I've got a new kit coming up or all like that, you search through and you find out who's built it before, what glitches have got, how they've done things, how they've achieved certain effects, which sometimes is so simple, you think, well, why didn't I think of that? You know, so yeah. I think YouTube's a brilliant thing in a lot of ways, especially for modelers.
Yeah, and I would mirror that as well, exactly what Ruth said there. You know, when you know you want a kit, even sometimes before you buy it, you'll go on YouTube, you'll have a look at an unboxing, you'll see what they think of the parts and everything, and then you build up your plan by what you're watching on YouTube, sort of thing. You know, and sometimes it's not the most common colour scheme that somebody might put on, so that might get you thinking about different colour schemes, a little bit out of the box thinking. So I agree with you. Yeah,
one of the biggest things that oh, by the way, look what James just built me. Can you see that?
Oh yeah.
Playing jig.
There you go.
That's what you've been building me.
I want to say hi.
Yeah.
Nice to see you on here.
One of the biggest things.
So, sorry, Andy, go on, mate.
One of the biggest things I found helpful with YouTube is when I started airbrushing, and I watched God knows how many, and you start picking up that a lot of people are mentioning the same thing. So you think, well, that's got to be right. If you get, 8 out of 10 people saying, do this, do that, do other, and then somebody sticks an odd one and you think, well, that doesn't sound quite right. And you give it a go and you think, no, that's not working. But it's an accumulation of ideas, or one idea from a group that makes it work. And it helped me out a lot when I first started airbrushing. I love a lot.
Yeah.
Well, even though your sound is clear as a bell, and I hope mine is too, and yours definitely is, Dave.
Yeah.
Andy, you've got a slight little bit of lag on your video.
All right.
It's not much. Just move your head, mate, from side to side. Yeah, very tiny, like little bit of lag on there. Let me just answer a couple of these questions then. Now, one thing that I do want to ask you, and again, 9 people viewing now. So even though I've talked about it in the last 9 minutes, I'm just going to go back over it and I'm going to answer Sue's question. Sue says, didn't know you're going live tonight. Sue, obviously, we're getting into this and we absolutely love it. Me and Andy had I call it a conversation, even though it weren't a conversation, it was a message. We had a conversation the other day, and I applauded you, Andy, didn't I? Because, when you've got, me and Dave talked about it when we first started setting this up, in that when you've got thumbnails across, so I've got a main screen and then you two guys down this side, is that the vision that you can see?
Yeah. Yeah, basically,
so,
I've got you I've got you in a main screen, and me top right hand thumbnail, Dave bottom, and then at the side of that there's like another camera view of me.
Yeah.
So one of the things that obviously me and Dave chatted about was, you know, how many people we're actually going to have on this stream, because I'm fortunate enough to sit with Luke and the guys on the Black Rifle team, and I absolutely love that. And when me and Dave started, we were talking about Spotlight Star and how we could do it, because I always wanted to spotlight Rob in Canada. And it was Dave, and Dave had been talking to Sue, and Sue had said, oh, you know, she actually sent me a message, did Sue, saying, oh, you guys ought to do a live stream. And I messaged Sue back, and literally, and I'm not kidding, the 2 minutes before she sent me that message, because I could see it in my notifications at the top of my phone, and I was actually sat in my car outside work getting ready to go into work, and I thought, do you know what? Why don't we do a live stream? We could do a live stream. And my phone went ping, and it was message, and I opened it up, and it was Sue, and she went, you guys should do a live stream. And I thought, chuffing hellfire, absolutely nailed it. So in answer to your question, Sue didn't know that you were going live tonight. We weren't. We're just trying to iron out our settings, because Housey, me and Housey, we are going to be the regular team on the stream. And I said to Rue and Jean the other night, the 2 streams that they've done with us, they've both been so fantastic. I also want Rue and Jean as permanent members on there as well. And we will invite different people along at different times. We still have Sean to get on from SGS, and he has sent me a message tonight saying hopefully he should make the other one. Now, what I want you 2 guys to do, because I don't know if you've got this facility, is on the right-hand side of my screen, on my actual phone screen, I've got comments, banners, brand, and private chat. And I don't know if you guys have got that, have you?
No.
I wonder if that's just because obviously I'm hosting it. Bob in Illinois says definitely check the tube to see if a model is crap. Paul Plastic Monkey says hi Hobby Barn, and Bob again reiterating with too many models to buy a piece of crap. Absolutely, I would agree. So you guys haven't got the comments thing on that side. Now, so if you're still watching,
I think only the administrator has them.
I'm not sure, because I'll tell you for why. Because when I dropped onto Ice Queen's live stream a little bit late last night, me and you were on, Dave, I noticed that Sue could see the comments, and also Chris could see the comments. Now, how does that work? Because obviously, I would like you guys to see the comments, so that you can also, you know, when Sue's talking, Dave, we watch Ice Queen, and when Sue's talking, we've got Chris relaxing in his chair saying, "Oh, hang on a minute, so and so's just mentioned this." How is he doing that? How does that work?
I think it might be that Sue gives him a permission, maybe, within her settings.
So if you can
guessing, but again, I think it's a conversation that we should have with Sue.
She's actually put so in reply to me saying that we're just testing out the water yet again, Sue's replied, she's put excellent, wish I'd known, would have said on last night's stream. Not to worry, so don't worry about it. I have got my mouse over there, so you can see my big fat fingers going up and down. Sue's tech support, and that's come from To Boldly Go Model Works. So thanks for watching. Yeah. Let me just run through then, lads, and I'll tell you who's watching. So we've got Plastic Monkey, Bob from Illinois, Sue, Hobby Time, Plastic Monkey, To Boldly Goes Model Works. I love that.
Away from you, mate.
Go For It Painting is watching, and Hobby Time again. And Hugh Gordon, good evening, Mark and crew, and all in Chatland, good evening, Hugh. We're actually so Sue says it's really funny this, because I know that my camera's here because I've just covered it up, but my comments are on this side, so it looks like I'm a bit cross-eyed. Ice Queen 7, so she says you can see the comments on your screen, Mark, and Chris looks at the comments on his phone or iPad. Right. Now, you see, we're sort of I don't want to trip ourselves up. I know how this works because I can do it. I can live stream on my phone, but as you know, I've got a television there.
Right, yeah.
That's got YouTube on it. So what I can actually do when I live stream, and I didn't do it other night before we ask, is I can live stream here, but I can turn my YouTube on my TV and I can see the comments as they're coming along. But I can turn my YouTube on. I've just had a tiny little bit of echo.
Yeah, you got a bit of feedback then.
Yeah, not now though. I've lowered sound down. So I have got.
I could do that with mine actually.
Yeah.
Because I've got a telly just up here. So.
Nice, mate.
And can you get YouTube on that, Andy?
Yeah, I can do it through Xbox. I've got underneath it.
Go on then, mate. Fire it up while we're chatting, while we're going through the comments here. So, people are saying hello to everybody, which is nice. That's great. Andy Preston says, evening. All it came up that you were live, Mark. Andy, again, we're just having a practice, mate, because we totally failed on Saturday's live stream. Totally failed. And the 2 live streams that we did, I've actually deleted them. ADP just popped in quick to say hi and give a thumbs up. All the best, Aid. Cheers for that, Aid. And then some more hellos. Sue says, hiya, James. At To Boldly Goes, at Hugh and at Andy P. And loads more hellos. I think, do you know what, lads? And I'm talking to my 2 co-hosts now. Isn't it funny how something like this brings people together that we don't really know? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's someone I've not done a lot of, as you know, but it's getting more and more commonplace, if that's the right word. You know, I mean, I know you guys do it a damn sight more than I did or have done, but I mean, even Jean, you're beginning to enjoy it, aren't you? It's bringing her out a bit, and she's listening and whatever, and learning. So yeah, I think Saturday night was quite fun actually. Now we've got it seemed to be sorted. Saturday night, yeah, especially at recap at club, because there's always something daft happens at club, isn't there? Always.
Yeah. Again, I have to reiterate what Rue's just said there. Even with me, it's brought me out Michelle a lot, listening to the likes of Nige and Sue, Ice Queen 7, Plastic Monkey, Paul, and Chris with the rally car miniatures. You know, yeah, it's all good, and it just, I don't know, it gives you that confidence to maybe start doing something yourself.
Yeah. Well,
and even interact with the people that's on chat. That's the first thing.
Do you want me to cover that, or are we keeping that under wraps?
What
we're going to do?
I don't know what we're going to do.
What we're going to do on Saturday?
Oh no, keep that under wraps.
Okay, so Hobby Time says, and this is true, and I'm going to put this comment up, everyone part of the modelling community, and I think...
Absolutely, agree.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, aren't we a unique bunch, guys? Aren't we really?
Oh, yeah. And the beauty about it, I mean, as you know, I've been on with it from off. It's sort of grown, and it's something to look forward to. And it sort of replaced a lot of things for me, like my motor racing, mechanicking, and all that sort of stuff. It has. And you might enjoy it, don't you?
Brought me up doing something different.
And see, it's getting her out of the house and getting her dressed, out of bed.
I don't believe that for a second, mate.
I don't.
No. But the club has done a hell of a lot for me. A hell of a lot for me, I'll tell you.
Good. And obviously, I'm going to take full credit for that. I mean, I'm really pleased to hear that. Bob from Illinois says, "Let's see the chicks, Mark." Bob, mate, you don't really want to be having a look over the other side of my shed, and I'll tell you for why in 1 minute. In 1 minute, Ice Queen 7 Dave. I don't know if you're looking at the comments on your phone at the same time. Says, "Come on, Dave. What are you doing? Spill." Unfortunately, so we can't spill just yet, but pleasing to see. You will be seeing what we're doing. Bob says, through technology, Mark and I are friends. Bob from Illinois. It's what a funny story, you know, because at the end of the day, right? Let's talk about different people here. You all know, Andy, you've said it, right? Dave, you know me very, very well. I'm not shy in coming forward.
No.
Not by a long stretch.
You're renowned for it.
Absolutely renowned for it. And so for me, Bowler's Brass. So for me to start a YouTube channel, you know, even my kids were like going to school and saying, "My dad's on YouTube," and yeah, you know, big it up. And I am so proud. I've got nearly 1,000 subs now. Which is great. Bearing in mind, I don't do different camera angles. I don't open the box. I don't show you what it is much. I tend to build a model and then sit here and explain the highs and lows of it. Would I buy it again? Value for money, because I'm as tight as they come, and I've got to be, because at the end of the day, if our last said, "Here's free reign on money, Andy," this garage will be the stash paradise you've never believed. But I will post it onto YouTube, and Bob from Illinois kept coming on, and he always left me a lovely comment. Great work, nice to see, great club, and he watched all the club videos as well, so he knows all your faces, and that's why I do the vlog, because at the end of the day, obviously, my split personality is split between Mark Andrews' model vlog and club. And I think it's only fair that people can see you guys as well, because you make the club what it is.
Yeah. I think we all do, don't we? As a collective group of people, I think we've been very lucky to actually get the people that we have in there, because, you know, to a person, everyone will fall over backwards to help you with anything at all. And that's what kept me coming back to club, like week after week after week, or month after month after month, because you just it's like a drug. It's club, you know. You think, I don't want to miss it. You know, and if I do miss it, you know, you just don't want to. It is. Do you
know what? That's
keep coming back.
The youngsters. I learned this about 3 years ago. There is actually an acronym for that, Dave. Have you ever heard of FOMO?
No.
Andy?
I've heard of it, but I can't remember it.
FOMO, FOMO.
Go on.
I'm going to tell you in a second. I'm just looking for that comment that I've put up. So ADP live streams like this are an integral part of the community. It brings people together from all over the planet. It's vitally important to many. And do you know what, AD? That last sentence, it's vitally important to many. And do you know what it is? Because ex-servicemen who suffer from PTSD, older folk who haven't got, I mean, look at Bill Housey.
Yeah.
Bill, absolutely. Old Bill, you've seen Bill on the vlogs, on the club vlogs. And we can't say a bad word about Bill because he's just an absolute diamond. But we know Bill's background. And we know that Bill is late on in his years. He's found himself on his own because things happen. And, I mean, Bill's just had the opportunity to move to Canada, right? Because a lot of his family are in Canada, Andy.
Yeah.
And Bill's decided to stay here in the UK. And I'll tell you for why. Do you know what the first thing on his list was? Club.
Yeah. Club and friends, yeah.
Club and friends.
Yeah.
Bearing in mind, his son is in Canada, his daughter's in Canada, his nephew's, is it his great nephew? He's going to Canada. Bill is literally going to be here, and I'm going to use this terminology. Bill's going to be here on his own. However, never going to be on his own. Let's be absolutely honest.
No, he's not. Definitely not. No.
Leanne spends a fair bit of time with him, doesn't she?
Yeah, Leanne and Mark, me, Trev, Dave, we're all there. I'm just going to put this comment up because I need to soak it up. Can you read that, guys?
No.
Right. I've got YouTube on now, just up here.
Yeah.
And it's got a little delay on it, but I can see comments coming up. Like
it will have a delay.
Your tornado vids helped me a lot. See, there you go. That's it again. I mean, you spent a lot of time doing them, and you could do them blindfold, couldn't you?
I could, Andy.
It's the little gems that you come out with, and other people that specialise in kits, and you just do this. Buckets out, buckets in, whatever. You do this bit first, then you put that bit on. Don't read instructions.
As what, Dave?
I thought you were a weather chaser.
A weather chaser, yeah.
You like tornadoes.
Yeah, Derek, Derek Clark, one of our lads, and I do like that terminology. He's one of, I'm going to say my boys, he's one of our boys. Derek Clark has hit the nail on the head. FOMO. Okay, I'm going to post it on for you so that you can see what it means.
Yeah, I don't think that's why I want to keep coming to club. I don't think I have a fear of missing out or anything. It's just, I don't know what it is. I just want to keep going because I want to see my friends. I want to see what they're doing. I want to be part of it. But I wouldn't have said if I don't go, I'd think to myself, well, I've missed out there.
You see, the thing from the chair that I sit in, we have on my YouTube, Paul. We love Paul from Liverpool. Paul is out there. When he's had a pint on a Saturday night and we're sat here gassing and we're ripping the absolute piss out of each other, Paul is an absolute star. And we have people like that. So Paul said to me, well, sorry, I'll start from the beginning. I said to Paul, we're going to stop vlogging. He said, what do you mean you're going to stop vlogging? I said, we're going to stop vlogging because we're just going to start and go live on a Saturday night after a club. Oh, no, mate, no, don't do that. Please film the vlog. I want you to go around with your phone. I want to see what people are doing because there is that connection.
Yeah, he's right. It's just like, that's what we all do. I mean, I like to have a walk around and see what people are doing. And it's like this armour thing. I mean, Lewis, bless him, he's taken off with that somewhat shocking, hasn't it, with armour?
Yeah,
Yeah.
mate.
I mean, I know a couple of the established members that he is, but you know they're at it and at it and at it. But how many did he knock out? 24 bills.
Six.
Six kicks in a day, and they weren't just bots together, were they?
No, there weren't. We had this conversation last week. I think you answered it, Andy. You said, look, if lad's enjoying what he's doing, let him do what he does. Sue is, sorry guys, I'll get my beauty sleep. I have to be up at 6 a.m. Catch you later. Cheers, Sue. Thanks for an impromptu.
See you, Sue. Have a good kick.
But what I will say is, I'm when I say I'm not shy in coming forward, there is going to be a time that I will sit down with that lad, and whether he knows it or not, and I'm going to say to him, you need to start and slow down. For the effort that you put into 6, put that effort into 1 and make 1 good kit absolutely outstanding.
Yeah.
And I think he will.
He's going to burn himself out as well eventually.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely.
I'd hate to see him get bored of just one genre of the kits. You know, I mean, armour, a lot of people love armour. But it's like me with cars and planes. I don't think I could burn myself out on either one of them because each one's different. But like you say, if you're just concentrating on one and you're going for it, you might just get to one point and think, I'm fed up with this. So it might be nice to see him do something different. I don't know if he's watching, but it'd be nice to speak to him and say, look, would you fancy trying something else? Have you thought about trying something else?
Yeah.
I think we're blessed in that, you know, let's look at what we've got. Start with the obvious, armour. And when you go armour, aircraft, ships, then you go, whoa, have a minute here, have a minute. Let's start again. Armour, let's do armour. And from that tree trunk of armour, Andy, then we've got tracked vehicles, tanks, anti-aircraft, that and all these branches shoot off from that one armour trunk. You talk about aircraft and you go, I like to build aircraft. From that trunk, you go, whoa, have a minute here. World War One, World War Two, World War Two jets, World War Two props, Allied, Axis, helicopters, twin rotor helicopter, things that fly, and the branches that come off that. I think we're lucky in that when you say, oh, I couldn't get into that modelling thing, I like to go fishing. Yeah, throwing a rod and wetting a line, as Paul calls it, and Dave used to go fishing. I think when you look at the hobby as massively as what it is, not only have you got the choice of all the kits, but then you start and say, Tamiya, AK, Mr. Hobby, MRP, then you're starting to bring a mix of paints into all that. And where does it end? It's absolutely massive.
Yeah. It became a shock to me when I first started coming that I was basically Airfix, and I knew Airfix and Revel. But there were kits I'd never even heard of. I mean, there's kits now that I've never even heard of that keep cropping up, you know. And I did that, was it the Hornet? That was my first hobby boss kit. And I was quite surprised how well it went together. And it turned out a cracking little thing, apart from one little mistake that somebody noticed and pointed out to me. Thank you very much. Yes, you. But it's like you say, I mean, when people say he does cars, yeah, he does cars, but what sort of cars? Does he do vintage, rally, race, dragster, hot rod, custom? You know, like you say, from that one trunk, it's like a family tree in it. You could just go forever and ever and ever.
Okay. Yeah, it is, mate. Absolutely. Dave's going to shoot off. And it is 10 o'clock. We've only been on for 34 minutes. We are going to wrap up because my phone's on 8%. And I need to give the chick.
Well.
I need to give the chicks some food and water. Listen, 18 people that are watching. We're going to wave goodbye. Listen, thank you ever so much just for impromptu tuning into this sort of test bed, if you will.
Yeah,
and very much so. And we will see everybody again. I will do a Spotlight Star before the next club, I'm hoping, fingers crossed. But we will see you. I will shoot a vlog on the 5th of August. Dave, are you going to come to that one, do you think? You're not going to get to that one?
I am, yeah. Clemmy's going to come and pick me up.
Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give the book back to Doug, and I'm going to spend a lot more quality time on the vlog and try and get as much information as I can about the club, ready for the live stream on Saturday the 5th of August.
Super.
Yeah.
Well, thanks everybody for watching. So good night from me.
Good night from him.
And a good night from him.
Everyone.
Okay, right. We'll catch you all later. Cheers, guys.
All right. See you later, guys. See you, Dave. Cheers.
Bye, Dave.
See ya.
Bye.